What Caitlin Clark did, because so many eyeballs were on her, was she is a huge multiplier effect of that.
I see a lot of players wanting to go, in this offseason, a lot of players are going to want to go to the Fever.
Imagine being at an Indiana Fever game, the atmosphere electric with excitement as the crowd erupts in cheers. On the court, Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, Aaliyah Boston, Lexi Hull, and Sutta Sabal.
I'm just trying to think of who potentially could be in their plans. Like, obviously Satu Sabali is a potential player who you can get via some sort of trade, via sign and trade.
Take their places together. It feels like the dream team of the future, doesn't it? The scenario sounds too good to be true, but recent developments have fans wondering if it's actually within reach. Amber Cox, the Fever's new general manager, recently gave an interview that has everyone talking. In her conversation, she dropped major hints that the Fever could.
I think we're obviously at this very pivotal time in the WNBA, and obviously led by the Indiana Fever. But I think all those experiences will lend themselves to hopefully doing the best job possible here.
Could be on the verge of assembling a WNBA super team, with some of the biggest names in basketball coming together on one roster. Cox's words have sparked a whirlwind of speculation, and we're here to break it all down.
I think the entire world was shocked during the WNBA expansion draft when Tamika Fagbenle became available, especially because when you look at last season, she played a really huge part in the Fever's success in terms of getting to that point where you all were able to make the playoffs.
From Caitlin Clark's prestigious Time magazine Athlete of the Year honor to the Fever's upcoming free agency decisions, Cox's bold plans are laying the groundwork for what could be a championship contender.
It's really part of an overall plan, which hopefully everyone will see unfold throughout the offseason.
Let's dive in and explore everything that's fueling this buzz. Amber Cox has been dropping some key hints about the Fever's strategy for the offseason, and it has fans buzzing with excitement. In a recent interview, Cox shared her vision for the future of the team, and it's clear she's not just tinkering around the edges, she's orchestrating a full-scale transformation. As the Fever's new GM, Cox has made it clear that she's committed to reshaping the team, both in terms of its roster and its overall culture. One of the most surprising moments from Cox's interview was her comment regarding Tamika Fagbenle. Cox revealed that the team had decided not to protect Fagbenle in the expansion draft, which caught many people off guard. It's rare for a team to let go of a solid contributor, but Cox explained that the decision wasn't easy. This group
obviously we want to take the next step. So I think as we're looking to free agency, we'll think about veterans coming in with that playoff experience.
Obviously built great camaraderie in the second half of the season, so that was not an easy decision, she said, hinting that there's more to the story than what's being revealed. Cox teased that this move is part of a larger plan for the Fever, one that will unfold in the coming months. Could this mean a blockbuster trade or a major...
Obviously, as we get into free agency, the number one priority for us is re-signing Kelsey Mitchell. I think that backcourt was about as lethal as we've seen in the WNBA, and I'm talking maybe in history in the second half of the season last year.
Free agent signing? Fans are eagerly waiting to see what Cox has up her sleeve. Cox's approach to building a winning team is rooted in her deep experience within the WNBA. Having helped the Phoenix Mercury secure 2 championships, she brings a wealth of knowledge and a proven track record to the Fever. Her leadership style is all about fostering a strong team identity and emphasizing areas for improvement, especially...
So we want to reunite Caitlin and Kelsey, and Kelsey, when I think about her and her time in Indiana, and, a lot of trials and tribulations throughout her career. So for me and for us, I'm most excited for her to be in this moment and experience so much success.
Especially on the defensive end. We're still developing the identity, and getting better on the defensive side of the ball will help shape who we become over the next year or two, Cox explained. It's clear that building a more cohesive and defensively strong team is a key focus for the Fever as they move forward. The Fever's financial flexibility this offseason is another factor
Caitlin Clark was recently named Times Athlete of the Year.
fueling optimism. With roughly $650,000 in cap space, the team has the resources to make significant moves. This gives Cox the ability to target versatile players who can contribute on both ends of the floor and potentially offer a max contract to key players. The Fever are clearly thinking big, and this cap space provides them with the opportunity to add the pieces that will push them closer to their championship aspirations. However, the biggest news of
And Washington Mystics co-owner Shayla Johnson, responded to that by saying, I think the WNBA in its entirety should have been featured.
all revolves around Kelsey Mitchell, the Fever's star guard. Cox has put all rumors to rest, firmly stating, "We want Kelsey back." She's had an incredible career here, and no one deserves this opportunity to be a part of this success more than Kelsey. The Fever are going all in on
Because when you just keep singling out one player, it creates hard feelings.
keeping Mitchell, who has been a cornerstone of their offense. Although free agency hasn't officially begun, the Fever management has confirmed they will core Kelsey, meaning she is guaranteed to return for at least one more season under a max contract.
How do you respond to those comments? And do you think the award should have been given to the entire WNBA rather than Caitlin Clark individually?
I think Caitlin Clark deserved that award.
With Amber Cox at the helm, it's clear the Fever are aiming to make this offseason one for the history books. As the team builds toward its future, there's also another story making waves. Caitlin Clark, the Fever's superstar point guard,
Because she has so many fans, and you saw it across arenas, people are moving games because so many people wanted to see her play.
Time magazine as Athlete of the Year. While her recognition is a major achievement, it's not without controversy. Some in the basketball world have strong opinions on her selection, and the discussion is stirring up debates far beyond the court. Let's take a deeper dive into the controversy surrounding this high-profile honor. You might think that being named Athlete of the Year would be all praise and glory for Caitlin Clark, but instead, it's sparked an unexpected controversy that has the basketball world divided. The focus on Clark has led to a heated debate, with one
But we've never seen anything like Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark is a superstar, not a female superstar. She is a superstar.
We were coming to see Caitlin Clark play.
She moves the needle. The WNBA has been looking for someone who moves the needle.
voice standing out among the rest. Sheila Johnson, co-owner of the Washington Mystics. Johnson didn't hold back when she criticized Time magazine's decision to feature Clark alone on the cover. She argued that the entire WNBA should have been celebrated instead, as singling out one player creates tensions within the sport. Her remarks struck a nerve, sending shockwaves through the basketball.
Look, I don't take anything away from other players that brought more eyeballs. Angel, Cameron, right? The identity and how much brand recognition these players now have in college absolutely helped the WNBA.
Basketball community. Some sided with Johnson, claiming that focusing on one player could overshadow the collective success of the league. But others rushed to Clark's defense, praising her remarkable achievements and the attention she's brought to women's basketball. Amidst the debate, Amber Cox, the general manager of the Indiana Fever, stepped up to offer a fresh perspective. Cox didn't just defend Clark, she explained how Clark's influence goes beyond her on-court performance. Cox painted a powerful picture of Clark's impact, noting that her visibility has acted as a multiplier effect for the entire league's growth.